broadcast networks utilized, its advertisers, or sponsors. All content is subject to copyright and may not be reproduced in any form without prior written consent by La'Moore Media Versatility. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of Colorful Voices of Sisterhood are for general public information and entertainment purposes only.
Welcome back to Colorful Voices of Sisterhood. As always, we'd like to thank you, our viewers, for your love and support. And please don't forget to subscribe, follow, like, and share. Today we have a special topic, and it's all about to celebrate our veterans. But first, sisters, happy day of November.
Yes. I know it.
Oh my gosh.
And the weather sure is telling me it's November.
Yes.
Like a red line, didn't it?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, not too much warning. It's really cold.
Yeah, had to turn on that heat last night.
Yeah.
It's another additional bill on something.
I know it. Oh geez, I know it.
But I love this season. Just enough for a jacket. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were driving to Lexington last week, and oh my gosh, the views, just the scenery is so
all the
exhilarating.
leaves changing colors.
Oh yes,
That is so beautiful to me. Yeah.
and you went to John Mayer. How was that?
Oh my gosh, it was great. It was like I've never been to an acoustic concert at that level before. You know, usually you go to like a small pub or something and listen, but so we're at the Spectrum and it was huge. There was a lot of people there, but it was still very personable. It felt like me and Johnny was right there in the front row. But it was good. We had a really good time. It was just a date night with me and Johnny.
Was it full? I've heard it'll accommodate 20,000.
Oh yeah, it was packed.
That's awesome.
It was packed. We're way up in the nosebleed section, but it was okay because it was just acoustic sounds. We're just vibing with each other.
And
enjoying each other's company.
Just enjoying each other.
Enjoying each other.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. But I went to the Shania concert with my sister, and we took our daughters.
I missed that. I didn't even know that she's coming over.
Oh my gosh, it was so great. Remember that video she did with that that black long coat and the little top She wore that. The exact same one 25 years later. She fit in it. She looked fabulous.
That's
you would
awesome.
never guess that she is, over 50.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Goals.
That body like that.
Goals, people, goals.
I started working.
Yes.
Maybe first of the year.
Oh, yeah. One of those. Oh, yeah. That's a topic we're going to have, that New Year's resolution. Like, you don't have to wait till New Year's, guys. Just get out there and do it.
Every day is a new day.
I know it.
I'm not going to keep it anyway. How many days is out the window?
Yeah. No.
You may start every day.
Actually, I think you need a buddy. Somebody can hold you accountable.
Yes.
To say, come on, let's do this.
Well, because me and Vinu used to do pickleball in the morning, but she's been gone so much that we haven't done it. And if she doesn't come, then I'm like, I'm sleeping this morning.
Because y'all was doing it at 5 o'clock, right?
Yes.
That's some devotion.
In the cold, all bundled up.
But was the forming that relationship and friendship?
Oh, it's just fun. Yeah.
Out there.
Yeah. Because we'll be talking, and Johnny and I'd be like, are you guys going to play? Oh, yeah. We got to start the ball. It's catch up time. We're catching up. But you're right. But even if you just grab a girlfriend or your husband, spouse, whoever, just go for a walk too.
Make you live longer.
And I told Johnny we need to start walking because we just don't exercise like we used to.
And you can really feel it because sometimes when I walk, I'm like, I'm so short of breath. I mean, just get out and try to do a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feel
That
better. You
age.
sleep better when you
Mhm.
exercise.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And I can attest that because
Mhm.
I walk once in a while in our neighborhood, and sometimes you don't feel hungry too because all you need to
Oh,
have is
yeah.
water. I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
sometimes I mentioned this before that we feel like hungry, but actually we just need to drink water,
Yeah.
which is what?
But your body's made up
It,
a certain percent of water anyway,
Mhm.
right?
yeah, 8 glasses of water every day.
Mhm.
But don't overdo it because there's
Mhm.
also it can
Oh, yeah.
Drinking too much water is
Drinking
not
too
good.
much
Yeah.
water
not
is
good
not
too.
good.
Yeah.
But I think a person's body will tell them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't drink enough water. I know that. I could tell.
Tea. You
Oh,
can.
oh, I can drink the heck out of some tea.
Well, at least get some water
It's
in.
got some water in it. It counts, don't it?
Mhm. Anything fluid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
I love my tea.
Well, I
Yeah.
drank some lavender tea. The Sunday night. And it
Oh,
was so
okay.
relaxing. Lavender tea. I said, I'm gonna have to get into this tea game
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Because
was
they
really
got
good.
different types depending on what you need or your ailments. And they got it all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Well, I
yeah.
need it for knees and stuff like that.
Oh,
I'm trying to
yeah.
find that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm not, when I imagine getting older, like sitting on the porch with Johnny and just,
Mhm.
being old, watching the grandkids, that part of it, I was so looking forward to it. But the stuff I didn't visualize was the knee aches, the back cracking when
Oh,
you're getting
boy.
out of bed.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, the legs hurting just walking up the stairs the day before. That was not in my plan at all, but I'm dealing with it.
You see all these commercials on TV, Omega XL, that's supposed to help, and you order all this stuff, and I'm like, do it really work?
I know it.
You know,
That's
does
what
it really
There's
work?
so many
Yeah.
things. I mean, you know, I don't
Yeah.
know which one to choose anymore.
Right.
Sometimes.
But some of them got those crazy side effects. It's crazy when they start rambling off those side effects afterwards. I was like, oh, is that worth it? I was like, nope, I'm going to stick to my tea.
Yep. In our day, we used to have some tea called sassafras tea. I don't know whether you ever heard of it, but it comes from the bark of the roots of the tree called sassafras tea.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
you will boil it, and it had everything in it.
Oh,
I don't really
see.
know where you can even get it from now, but that was in the day you can actually get it from the root bark of
Uh-huh.
the tree.
See,
I
that's
believe
what
that.
it's all natural.
Mhm.
You know?
When we were growing up in the
Oh.
Philippines, it's all come from the tree. No
All natural.
prescription, no nothing.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
if it works then, I'm sure
It'll work now.
Yes.
We just got to find that tree.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
for our viewers out there, drop a comment and let us know what tea works for what elements that you use it for. I'm
Mhm.
all about
Me too.
experimenting and trying. All natural works for me.
Love all natural.
Yeah. So today we're talking about our veterans. So many people have raised their hand and gave the oath to defend our country. And
Mhm.
a lot of them, especially since 9/11.
Yes.
9/11 really, I think, opened the eyes because we had, a terrorist attack happened here. And it's just amazing to see all these young men and women, sign up after a tragedy like that.
Mhm.
It's very heartwarming to know that people are out there um, willing to sacrifice for others.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up looking at my dad's because this is very dear to my heart. This topic of the day. I grew up looking at my dad's honorable discharge on the
Oh,
wall.
yeah.
It was 1945, I believe, when he was one of the Philippine scouts served, and I wish that I had that chance also to ask him what you did before, but
Mhm.
I grew up just looking at that frame.
Yeah.
So
And didn't realize the importance of that frame of the work and stuff that they put in.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think a lot of times people really truly don't understand the sacrifices veterans make. I mean, just the small stuff that we're used to, like taking your kids trick or treating,
miss that.
birthday parties, graduation, prom. I missed out on my daughter's prom. I didn't go dress shopping with her. I couldn't take her to go get her hair done. So there's just a lot of stuff that I think veterans really sacrifice, and the family sacrificed that too, knowing
When
that
you,
they're.
sorry,
Go ahead.
when you served, how many kids do you have then?
Two. So we had two. On my last appointment to Afghanistan, we adopted the two younger ones at that time, and then we had my niece. So there was five of them. And then you can imagine, that's why Johnny, bless his heart, he had three teenagers and two toddlers when I was deployed to Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
So it takes a special person to do that. It really does. Really does. I mean, so I give it out to all the spouses too that stays back, when their service member is deployed, because they're taking care of everything. It's like being a single parent. And you're married.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot put into it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So sacrifice is not only from the veteran, but from
The families,
family
the
members.
children. So thank you.
Yes.
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 Yes. But a lot of times when you're deployed, the educators and people in the community have to reach in and help out as
Oh
well.
yeah.
So it definitely takes a community to help.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know a couple times when my husband was a teacher at Southwest High School, a lot of the fathers and stuff was deployed. And at times he would have to help out, whether it was
Oh.
dropping a child off
Mhm.
home or if, the father trusted him to do
Mhm.
whatever needed to be done if something happened.
Yeah.
Because you can only imagine being away from home and making sure that your family is taken care of, but nobody's also taking the advantage of your
Mhm.
family
Oh yes. Yes.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to have, that trust back here.
Yeah.
But it's so good to see some of the kids come back and call them back. Coach Barnes, I remember when you dropped me off,
Oh.
the parents would come back and always kind of remember that was truly
Oh
heartwarming
yeah.
to know that, thank you
Yeah.
for being there. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's definitely something that just from my experience being deployed is something I always worried about, And there was something that bothers me to this day. Obviously Johnny was the one who stayed home.
Mhm.
But the girls, when they're in high school, a lot of the parents won't let their kids spend the night
Mhm.
because of he was the only parent in the
Mhm.
house. So I understand, but it's just kind of hurtful because I was like, man, he's such a good guy. You know what I mean? But I totally understand that. But it's just crazy how something like that, my kids didn't have people spend the night.
Mhm.
But also
Yeah.
how kids could have been cruel too, because the mom wasn't able to be there.
Yeah.
But he was there. That's
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
It's a lot to think in while you're gone, plus trying to take care of the.
Oh yeah, what's going on
Yeah.
out there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So coming back as a veteran and seeing how things is now, what's your thoughts?
I think it's a huge difference. Every chance I get, I always think of Vietnam veterans. Most definitely, because obviously they weren't given the pride that I felt coming back, serving the country. I mean, they were just treated so differently, but they fought, to make sure those now get recognized when they come back from serving. So, hats off to them guys for ensuring that everybody after them are honored when they return from deployment.
Do you think they
That's
still
huge.
left out? Vietnam vets, because of the ones that we, say homeless.
Oh
A lot
yeah.
of time they're, from the Vietnam.
Yeah. I think it was a different time for them. So
Mhm.
they didn't get a lot of the help and resources that we have now. So it's definitely a different time for them. When you think about, even World War I or World War II, it took them a little bit longer to come back. So they were together, they were um, bonding, I should say. They were bonding, talking about, what happened, what occurred, kind of getting all that out. Where, Vietnam, they're on a plane and flying back. And then there was nothing, there wasn't the support that they needed. So I really think that generation there had it much harder than all the other ones that came back. Mm-hmm.
So, are we doing anything for those who are homeless veterans?
Hmm.
Are
Yeah, there's a
we?
lot of programs out there. Like United Way right now, we're working on an initiative to get some housing for them. But I think that's one thing that came from, the Vietnam veterans really coming together to make sure they're taking care of one another. There's a lot of resources
Yes.
out there.
And a lot of times when people say, well, don't worry about the veterans, they got a lot of stuff. But I'm like, you're missing the Vietnam vets. They don't know. Some of them
Yeah.
don't know how to reach them,
Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah. So my thing is, I know there's a lot of stuff, where on Veterans Day, you think of veterans definitely, but most importantly, get to know them,
Mhm.
talk to them. They got a story to tell. They're proud of what they've accomplished, and they'd be happy to share it. Sometimes that's all they want is someone to
Yes.
talk to.
I remember when I was still in Utah, every December, probably a week before Christmas or 2 weeks, it depends upon my schedule as well.
Mhm.
I usually go and entertain or sharing
Oh,
my
okay.
cultural dances to
Yeah.
the they call those home for the aged. No, not home for the
Oh,
aged.
like the residential living
Yes, yes.
facilities. Yeah.
And they're very, very thankful
Oh.
because I mean, they're lonely. They're
Mm.
a lot of their families don't even, I guess, have time to go and visit them.
Yeah.
And how are
Only
they doing?
See, when they say don't have time or they don't make time.
Yeah, that's
Because I
the
think there's
key.
a difference. You
Yeah.
have to make that
There
time.
shouldn't be any
Yes.
excuses.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's like to me, payback time. Go visit. Go,
Mhm.
do
Take a
something
lunch
with
break.
it.
I used to take
Bring
my lunch break a lot
something.
and go and
Yeah.
visit people.
Bring something for
Mhm.
them. I mean, yeah. So I go and
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's very fulfilling. I wanted to do it here again too.
Yeah.
So I should find facilities
Mhm.
to
A
for me to
facility
go.
to
Yeah.
do
There's
that.
plenty.
They would,
there-
they
there-
would
there-
enjoy that.
Okay.
Yep, they really will enjoy just company, period.
Mhm.
Being able to talk to
Yeah.
people. Because I'm just a firm believer, you don't have to know me to talk to me.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Yep. And that's the problem. A lot of people are afraid to just approach a stranger and talk.
Mhm.
Why not talk when you're sitting there waiting for the doctor? Or you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just it's so awkward when you walk into like a waiting room because it's so quiet. To me, it's too quiet. Like I'm like looking like
I know.
anybody want to talk?
Let's
You're sitting
find a
there
conversation to
quiet.
talk about,
Yes.
A lot of them are still sharp. I mean,
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm thinking he
Mhm.
shouldn't be here or she shouldn't be here.
Oh
And the
yeah.
conversation could
What's
lead
your
to
family?
yes,
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
Sadden me.
Yes.
Because
Mhm.
after I perform, my dances and everything, our cultural dances, I would sit down to them and I find, wow, his mind's still sharp.
Oh yeah.
He could have been home.
That's right. Once you talk to them, there are there's so many stories. And then now, it's not even the residential living facilities, but you're talking the young ones that served 4 years.
Mhm.
They're in their 20s. Some of
Right.
them could get out they came in at 17, 18 years
Yeah.
old, do 4 years. They're in their early 20s
Mhm.
when they're getting out.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about an advocate for the military to be out there and having the young people.
And how good would it be to have some of the military to go back and talk to the military? They can talk the same language.
Oh yeah.
To actually go and visit. That is just such an honor. I love to go when I go to the Montfort Point just to
Oh.
watch the legacy for
Oh
one,
yeah.
but how they give back and how they so their representation is amazing.
Oh,
Because they're
yeah.
so proud of what they
Mhm.
done.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
The
if we could
Montfort
connect the
Port
generations
Marines.
back. Yes.
Oh yeah. That there alone is just an amazing
Mhm.
legacy.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know Montfort Point Marines, there were back when segregation still existed, they were actually right here in Jacksonville, North Carolina. They
Mhm.
had their own base that they trained at. It was Camp Johnson. It's still here. They got a museum there. They
A
actually
must-see museum.
a must-see museum, and obviously they got their monument up
Mhm.
here. So Montfort Point, definitely something to look for and look into, because there's very few of them
Yeah, and they're still
left.
looking for some. If you served in a month report, they're still looking for those Marines.
Yeah.
Nice.
To honor them.
Mhm.
That's awesome to me.
Yeah.
To be able to look for them, and of course, most of them got to be their family being honored.
Oh, yeah.
But how amazing to find out that my dad was a Monfort Point Marine and that he was being honored. That would be just
Oh,
amazing,
That's
you
so
know?
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
The first
Mhm.
ones, because as you guys know, if you're the first ones to break those barriers, it's not easy.
No.
It is not easy at all. I mean, even so much has changed when I came in. So I came in '89, and I remember my counterparts and my peers would blame me because my standards were different. We only had to run 1.5 miles, and the males had to run 3 miles. And I would tell them it's not my choice.
Right.
So I was so happy when the standards became the same. So we all ran 3 miles. But by then I was in 3 or 4 years at that point. But it was really difficult being a female because of the standards were different. And so they kind of blamed us for it. But I was like, we had nothing to do with that. I'd rather
Because
go out
probably
there.
because of
Was the
the
pay equal?
gender.
Pay was equal.
It was
Mhm.
okay.
Yep, yeah. And that's one thing I like about the military is, the same service, same rank, no matter you're male or female, black, white, purple, pays the same.
That's
That's
Mhm.
good.
Pay is
That
the
is
same.
good.
because when you stepped out into the civilian world, you was like, what is happening?
It's like, what? Oh yeah. Yeah. But I mean, just the changes. So when you talk from one generation of military to another generation, there's so many changes that goes about. The Marine Corps, for example, just desegregized their training where they were still separated male and female. So they just decommissioned the female recruit battalion. So now we're training together.
Wow.
So,
Oh, nice.
and that happened after I got out. So a lot of changes. So it's just different when you're talking from generation to generation. And that's why it's so good to talk with them because um, good friend Lily, she was in the 70s. And when you're on Camp Lejeune here, downtown around the PX or bowling alley area, all those streets are named after females. That's because that's the only place females were housed at that time.
Well, look at that.
So they
technology.
go to their units and work, but they all went back to the same living facility, the same eating facility, everything the same. So at that time, they were even kind of segregated from everyone else, which I think that segregation just makes it difficult for anybody to come in and bond as a team member. So I'm glad that phase of history is over.
Right.
Mhm.
So how did you feel like even when you was in? I know you was like over males as well.
Mhm.
What was the level of respect?
One of them, I won't mention his name, but he came in as that sergeant. I was a sergeant major at the time, and he came from infantry unit to Wounded Warrior Battalion. I was sergeant major of Wounded Warrior Battalion, and he told me straight up that he's never served with females, never been under a female. He just don't think, it's gonna work for him. I was like, just stay here, give it a chance. So when it was time for him to leave, he came back and, very humble and said, Sergeant Major, this is the best run battalion I've ever been in.
Wow.
And he said, my first sergeant's a female, my sergeant major is a female, the admin chief was female, the ops chief was female. It was all female led. So for him to come back and say that, I mean, obviously, it's hard when you have to eat your own words on that one, but he came back and said that and apologized for the way he came in with his mindset. But you just don't know what you don't know.
Right, because we as
But it was a
women,
strong man to come back.
Oh, that's why I told him that
A lot of times
too.
people won't come back to say
Yeah.
that. So it took to be a strong man.
Yeah.
To say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
we as women, we we lead differently. We
Mhm.
have good leadership.
Mhm.
Actually, we are strong.
Yeah. Oh,
So they
yeah.
see that. They see that
Mhm.
in us.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think just from that aspect, just being a woman, you guys know I'm from a matriarch society,
Mhm.
that women are built to handle a lot of stuff. You know, they're built to handle the death of a child. They are built to handle managing and raising and giving birth to life.
All of the above, sister.
All of the above. I mean, they are built like that. So I think for us, female are just built stronger in a lot of areas. And one of them is the that emotional side, the compassion. I think to be a good leader, you have to be compassionate.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
You agree.
And a
Yeah.
great listener.
Oh
I
yeah,
always
great
say
listener.
the best leader is the best follower.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got to be a follower to lead.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because you
Most
don't have to,
definitely.
if the team, you should be able to lead and be gone and
Mhm.
everything is still working. They don't even know that you are,
Yes.
out.
You're gone.
Mhm.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That's the way I-
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes, yes. And then to me, that's what makes veterans great hires for businesses and organizations is because of that. They bring so much to the table. So you're thinking even a 22-year-old that served in the Marine Corps, he's going to bring that leadership to an organization that someone who's been there probably 20 years don't have.
Mhm.
So they are definitely hire them. A lot of people think they don't have the experience. You can't get leadership anywhere as well as the military
Yeah.
could instill in an individual. Mm-hmm.
Let's give them a chance.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
far as veterans. But I notice a lot of veterans don't want to go back and work on base. They rather work out in the public sector.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that was me too. Like, so my husband does work on base. You know, he loves it. Obviously, it pays better than out in the community. But I think it just depends on the individual and what they want to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess because they've been there and they wanted to also, go out there and see what's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of different jobs posted.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and I have some friends. They was like, no, I don't want to go back and work on base.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of them want to live out in town
Yeah.
versus living on base.
Mm-hmm.
You think you get a better benefit there, but they rather live out in town.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you need that break from work,
Mhm.
especially when you're in the service. It is 24/7. You get a phone call all hours of the night. Sometimes you got to pack up and go. Obviously when you're deployed, you're always on call. So I think sometimes you just need that break.
Yeah.
You just
And back
wanna
in the
get
day,
away.
it was their own world. It was like their own. This is it.
Oh, yeah.
Everything that you needed was on base. You
Oh,
didn't have
yeah.
to come out in town for
Mhm.
anything.
Yeah, and it's
But
still
now I
the
like
case.
this. Yeah.
Mhm.
I see that they're coming together a little bit, bridging
Oh,
some
yeah.
stuff together.
Yeah.
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 And I like how they recognize the veterans.
Oh, yeah.
I really
Mhm.
like that. You see churches, you see community organizations
Mhm.
all recognizing veterans.
Oh, yeah.
Putting on different ceremonies.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we could get it out to more people that, hey, this ceremony is going
It's
on.
going on. Yeah. Yeah. And I wish it was kind of spread throughout the year. I know everybody focuses on Veterans Day,
Yeah.
but when you got everybody doing it around that time, it's hard for the veterans to make it to the ones they want to go to. So I wish it was kind of throughout the year, that someone would say, hey, we want to recognize our veterans,
Now, is there veterans events that they can go to find out what's needed? If they need housing, if they need stuff, there is different events put on for that, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, we definitely like it. Our community holds veteran stand downs.
Okay.
So we have that usually goes in our community in February for that one. But if you're in a community that doesn't have like a veteran stand down, I would recommend you initiate one.
Why do they
reach
call it
out.
stand down?
Because a lot of times in the military, when we hold stand downs, everything's shut down and everybody goes to it. So if we got like a maintenance stand down, everything stops, you're not working, and you go through like safety classes, go through the resources. So it just makes sense that it carries on in the civilian community too.
I like that.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to shut everything down for a pause and focus, because otherwise you're on the go all the time.
Yes. Mine is always going. That's a good thing.
Always.
I know we have it at
Mhm.
the American Legion building.
Yeah.
We do
Mhm.
have it, and they have different jobs, clothing.
Yeah, haircuts,
Yeah.
food, provide them their lunch. I mean, there's just a lot. Because you realize there are a lot of homeless
Mhm.
veterans, which shouldn't be. I mean, we are in, one of the richest nations, and we have the best military.
Mhm.
We should make sure our veterans are taken care of.
I'm
I
just.
often wonder, how did they get through the cracks?
Mhm.
Yeah.
How did they get through the cracks if
Yeah.
they're not taken care of?
Mhm. Yeah. Because I don't think there's that strong follow on from once they're out. There's really not a strong follow on. It's really up to that individual to reach out
Yeah, I was
to
just
be
gonna
a
say that
part
too.
of an
Yeah, I mean,
organization.
I was just in awe because there's a lot of resources here for them. There's a
Mhm.
lot of things that they can reach out, a lot of
Yeah.
program.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's true. It's up
Yeah.
to the individual to go out
To
there
go out
and
there, yeah. But it always helps too to become part of a veteran service organization. Where it's the VFW, where it's American Legion, where it's the Marine Corps League.
Mhm.
There's so many of
But the
them.
NAVATs out there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. And they're good at helping people get their disability through the VA. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see them doing a lot out in the
Oh,
community
yeah.
with NAVATs. You see
Mhm.
that van everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yes. Yep. Commander Graves, he's everywhere.
Yes.
Mhm.
But then, and then to be able to connect them up with sources to help them.
Yeah. So I
Um,
think if they belong to like a veteran service organization, when they're out, they still got that unity, that camaraderie, and they could work together on resources, put stuff on for veterans. So I think that's an important aspect for veterans if they get out.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Now, what about for mental health? Because I know they've seen a lot.
Mhm. Yeah.
What do you think on that?
I think on that one there, you guys know how I feel. I don't think we have enough resources for mental health in our country, in our community.
Mm.
And I think the VA is no different. I think they got a higher priority for it, but I don't think there's enough mental health providers. I think our country needs a lot more than what's out there.
Yeah. It's,
Affordable.
Oh yeah,
Affordable.
it should be free.
Yes. Or, through
It
insurance
should
or
be free.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think
Mhm.
that's why a lot of people don't go, because they can't afford
They can't
it.
afford it. They can't afford it. And I'm going to throw this out there again.
Mhm.
Parks, insurance. Get online,
Mhm.
free medical, sign up, and then if you don't make those qualifications, it's probably still cheaper than what you're paying.
That's it.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because VA says about 30% of people who
Mhm.
served in combat are dealing with PTS, and 22% are diagnosed with a depressive
Mhm.
disorder.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And see,
You're
that-
right, because they experience something totally different from those who don't serve in the military. So I'm surprised it's not higher, really.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I would think it'd be higher.
My brother served in the military, and I noticed, well, he always tell us, we always have to sit where we can see.
Oh yeah.
You never sit with your back.
Mm-mm.
And that was one thing when he came back, I was like, what? He was like, no, move. So now, there was things that he was teaching us.
Yeah.
Move. Don't always sit with your back against the wall so you can view
Do
everything.
you see
Uh-huh.
everything? Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes when he be telling me different things, just to kind of watch, because he served in quite a few of the wars.
Yeah.
And the nightmares and stuff that he
Oh
get.
yeah.
It's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one thing that I was just offended when somebody said they're crazy. They're not crazy.
They're not.
Mhm.
You don't know what they dealt with.
Mhm.
Now, that is one thing I would get on my soapbox about.
Oh yeah.
Do not call them crazy
Uh-uh.
at all. They dealt with a whole lot of different stuff that we haven't dealt with.
Yep.
But you just got to be there to kind of listen. And when
Mhm.
if they shut down, you just be there.
Yeah.
When they decide to open up, you just be there.
You be there.
you
That's
know?
right. Sometimes they just need someone to talk to.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because when he came back home, the time before my dad died, I never forget. We was all standing in the yard,
Mhm.
and he was going back. I want to say to Afghanistan. I'm not for sure, but my dad died in between, and they had to
Oh.
fly him back. I said I could only just imagine the day my dad said to him, "When you come back, things will be different."
Mm.
that was, I guess, the sign.
Oh
And so
yeah.
when they had to fly him back just to see him, I still can see him walking into church
Oh
with his
yeah.
uniform on
Wow.
to the service because we was waiting on him to do the service.
Wow.
But can you imagine you dealing with the war, then you're dealing with your dad's death, and you're dealing with I gotta go back.
It's
Oh,
hard. People don't realize how hard it is. Or
every
even
time I had to quit calling because I kept crying. I was like, I hate for you to go back, but
yeah.
it's assault.
And sometimes it was easier for like some people would be okay calling with their family every day. I wasn't like that. I was like, oh no, I can't, I gotta let you guys live over there and I gotta have my separation over here. So yeah. So I'll send them an email. Obviously the first war we didn't have all that stuff. So I
Right.
called whenever I could. But the
Letters,
second one
by the time you got the letter, you were already
yeah. I was already home. But a lot of people could call 2-3 times a day. I was like, oh no.
Can't just imagine.
Yeah.
Even now, like when I was in banking, I used to see them when they came back home. Hey, the bank account was just drained
Oh wow.
in the negative for the person that they left back here responsible.
Oh no.
So I did like that technology picked up where they can actually view their account, monitor their account.
Oh,
Because it was
geez.
young, sometimes they was getting married.
Oh yeah.
Somebody they really didn't know, or giving them
Mhm.
power of attorney. Didn't know that if you give them power of attorney, they can go out and purchase a
By
car,
yeah.
and they come back home totally
Nothing.
broke.
Nothing. And they're making the extra money while they're out there too. Yeah. That's sad. And then I had one bless his heart. Passed away in a car accident. Got married, but was going through a separation. I mean, bad terms between them, but he didn't update his information. And she got everything, didn't show up to the funeral, didn't help pay for the funeral, and his mom was left with everything to take care of. So when you're talking about stuff like that, there's some papers that are so important for veterans, active duty service members, to make sure the right people have what you want them to take care of.
Do they do those
Right.
classes often so they can?
They do before every
Yeah.
deployment. Before every deployment, they go through that. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically come in and go over, wills, power of attorneys. They definitely do not advocate getting a general power of attorney.
Yeah.
Make sure it's specific.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
We saw that a lot.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. That's
Because people don't
always
understand. Like a lot of people didn't understand what power of attorney.
Oh,
You
yeah.
saying I can sign on your behalf.
Yeah, I am you.
Yes. I can go and do what I want to do with your money.
Uh-huh.
Come back, but I was so glad to see that thing had changed because it was just sad to see them young people come back
with nothing.
nothing, owing money.
Mm.
And ma'am, my money was coming direct deposit into the bank.
Ugh.
And with nothing we could do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
another mental
Mhm.
right there. That's
Oh,
another
yeah.
thing that
They
what
have
am
to
I
deal
gonna do
with
now?
coming back. Yes.
You
Yes.
thought that they all have this, but then oops, it's gone.
Gone. Had plans. He had plans to get a car, probably move into a place or, something.
Yeah.
Money's
I'm sure
close.
our viewers are learning a lot today.
Mhm.
From
Because
this
you gotta
experience.
be careful with who you think you trust.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You gotta
And that
really
goes
be
for
careful.
everybody, really.
Mhm.
Yes.
Everybody.
Monitor your money. Monitor
Yeah.
your bank account because I tell people all the time, you don't never know the bank could be taking your money.
I know it. They
fees
could
and stuff.
overcharge you or something.
Please look at your bank account. Know where your money is going.
Yeah.
Look at those interest rates. I used to sit back and talk with them.
Oh, yeah.
about
The
it.
interest rates. Yeah.
It happened to me just 3 days ago.
Oh, really?
Somebody's trying to get $252 crypto, Bitcoin. I'm like, no, I didn't do that.
Oh,
So,
my
Went
goodness.
to my bank, blocked everything. I'm waiting for my card right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
Tis the season.
Yes, it is.
Tis the season.
yeah, I was just gonna say, 'cause
Yes.
here are all the scammers because holidays coming
Oh,
up.
Yeah.
my goodness.
And people can take advantage of certain groups
Yeah, they can.
easily.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. I'm like, what are
Mhm.
these?
Especially
People
our
are bad.
elders.
Yes.
Yes.
elderly.
Mhm.
And saying that with our elderly, when the veterans was gone, a lot of times when the elderly wives was back here, certain things that they took care of versus this generation right here is different.
Yeah, it is different.
Everybody need a pocketbook that costs $1,000.
Mm.
You need a pocketbook that costs $1,000 and you got $20 in it. That don't make any
Yeah,
sense
that don't
to
make
me.
no sense.
You know, but back
Carrying your
there,
phone.
right?
Carry your $1,100 phone. Oh my gosh, yeah.
So that is
Mhm.
something that we look at. But I really look at our veterans. I really like to put my flags out in
Yeah.
honor, because
In
thank you
honor,
that I can lay
yes.
in the bed at night.
Yes.
But I'm steady praying for them. But they're fighting for us.
They really
Yes,
sacrificed a lot.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, absolutely. Look what's going on right now in the Gaza Strip.
right.
You know, we'll be involved.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think no
Yeah.
way of escaping that
Mm-mm.
at all.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're hoping
And-
not too, but yep.
Mhm. Yeah. But then, I think of like the discounts. There's so many discounts around Veterans Day. I love that. I used to have my own little thing. I used to go to Denny's in the morning, Applebee's at lunch, have it all planned out, go to my free was it aquarium visit or whatever. But why not have it all year?
Right.
And you don't have to give them a free meal, but
You can
have
discount.
a veterans discount.
Thank
Yeah.
you. To say
Not
thank you.
everybody does.
Right.
To
Everybody
me,
does,
that
but-
is a huge thank you. So if you own a business or especially a big corporation, why can't you give a 10% discount to a veteran?
Back in, I don't know whether they do it now, but when you open up account, military had free checking. Do they have that now?
I know I get it for my bank.
Okay.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
have something.
So yeah,
To say
just
thank
a simple
you.
thank you. That's a
Yes.
thank you.
Yes. But even the generation now don't even know the importance of what you guys fought for.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
You got
Yes.
military ID and they don't even say thank you.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So it's like,
They
what do we
don't.
do to educate them?
Yeah.
But I like it when
And
when I'm flying, in the airport,
Mhm.
and they would, ask all the militaries to go first. I
Mhm.
love that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that.
And to me, I think that's that corporate culture or business culture. They focus on that, and that's what I'm saying is that a lot of people. So if you show your ID at I don't know some restaurant, that person there should understand that meaning of it, and
That's
that comes from
right.
that leadership
That's
at
right.
that business. So if
Mhm.
they do honor the veterans, I mean, how hard is it to instill that in your business and provide a discount and make sure that that employee knows the importance of that person and what they did for the country?
Mhm.
To
That
me,
is so
it's
true.
not hard at all.
Mhm.
That is so true.
There shouldn't be any place a veteran has to go to and say, "Do you offer veterans discount?" Everybody should.
Right. With a sign on the door.
Yep.
Now,
Thank you, veterans. 10% discount off of your meal.
Mhm.
that's right.
10% off of your purchase.
We need to
just
go on up to
and-
15% now, because
Oh,
10%
yeah.
ain't nothing but your taxes.
I was just gonna
Yeah,
say
that's
10%
true.
is
You go
not that
15 or 20.
big. I
okay,
mean,
20%. I'm good.
Yeah, that's right.
Go up to 90 if you can.
Hey, I want to be
I need to make a little profit.
They made a profit off your guest.
And that's what I mean. It's to me that's a huge thank you.
That is.
That's a huge thank you.
Now I'm gonna tell you a pet peeve of mine is when I go to our airport, our USO. Thank you for building out there, but it's just too small.
Oh, it is.
When I see that military laying on the floor because their flight can't go out, I am just livid.
Yeah.
Build a hotel, go put a mobile home or something to put our military in until their flight goes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep right on saying it to the county commissioners. So I said, y'all ain't doing anything because this right here should not even be a subject.
Mm-mm.
It should not be.
Yeah. Especially a community that services military.
Right.
If you got a military community in your community, you need to start looking at how they're treated, what's available to them. Yeah, because like I said, it's a huge sacrifice. Huge sacrifice.
Yes.
that they make, whether they served 4 years, whether they served 30 years.
They
Mhm.
served.
I
They
know.
served. They
That's right.
served. They raised their hand when other people didn't.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, which is the fact that you have to leave your family behind. I mean,
Yeah.
And actually, you put
Sad.
the family is second, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you go in,
Yeah.
that's a huge sacrifice.
Yeah, it is. It's a
You
hard
know?
one. It's a hard one for the children to understand too. Why can't mom or dad be at my recital? Why
Yeah.
can't dad, why is he not at my birthday party? Why is dad not here on Christmas?
Mhm.
There's a lot of sacrifices they make. A lot of questions that they got to answer to their children every time they leave.
Right.
And that's hard. That's hard. You think it's hard leaving your baby when their first day going to kindergarten? Try leaving them for 7 months.
Mhm.
Try leaving them for 14 months.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a sacrifice.
That's a sacrifice.
But let me tell you what I do love to see is when
Mhm.
I see those military surprise their family.
Oh,
And
you
I
too.
cry every time I see.
yeah.
I would not. I just keep scrolling. That is
I've
just the
seen a
most
lot,
beautiful
Oh
too.
my God.
thing to me
Yeah.
to see them surprise them to come up to show up.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
is wonderful.
Yeah.
That is the best
Especially
thing.
in the school, because the
Yes.
kids aren't afraid to show their emotion in front of their classmates,
Yes.
and the classmates are all like, "Oh,
Yes, everybody
yeah."
cheering.
Everybody cheering. Yes.
Oh, that's the most
Yes.
special thing.
Uh-huh.
Now, we used to have a thing that we did back at home when the military flew in. We would have the
Mhm.
welcome home sign because
Yeah.
everybody didn't have family there. I was
Uh-huh.
like, they need to go back to that so they can have the
Yes.
welcome home.
Uh-huh.
When everybody get off, there's somebody there to greet them.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that needs to be something.
I
think
remember coming back from the Iraq when I went to deploy to Iraq, and we were coming up 24. There was cars on the side of the road with their signs, and our
Mhm.
bus was going by. To me,
Yeah.
that was great. We're like, we're waving out the window, and it's just a proud moment. I wish
Yeah.
everybody could experience that.
to go back to
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Now I see the yellow ribbons.
Yeah.
So I know there's a parade going on
Yeah,
November.
Veterans Day
So
parade.
veterans, they're part of it. That's good.
Yeah. Well, I just read that one of the bigger cities here canceled their Veterans Day parade because they can't have vehicles in it. So I'm like, do
Parade
they
don't have
not
vehicles.
know? Yeah.
Like
How many elderly people are veterans that need to drive in the parade?
Right. So what are they gonna have?
Yeah. They
how
said
did I
they're going
tell?
to do like a little ceremony, but they're not going to do their parade. Mhm. I just read that this morning. Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
That's not right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they paved the way, and so they're just gonna do a ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Probably cut Katie.
Or can they
right?
just
Yes,
drive their own
maybe.
vehicle? I mean,
Yeah. Well, it was up to the city. The city disapproved the vehicles. They said they had 115 vehicles scheduled for it.
That's why voting is important.
Mm-hmm. Back to that. Yep.
Again,
Someone
vote.
does not understand the
Yes.
importance of that.
mhm.
Vote.
Mhm. I'm
Vote.
telling you.
Get involved. Run for these offices
Yeah.
because that's sad to me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
And to me, I'm like, there's vehicles on that street every day.
Mhm.
Get up. There's plenty of safety measures you
Yeah.
put in place. I mean, it's not like parades are new.
Right.
Everybody's been
forever.
doing them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But sisters, I just got educated today.
Oh,
Mhm.
thank you.
Yes. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. So I just want to reiterate, if you're a business owner, if you're got some influence within an organization, consider, supporting your veterans and showing a big thank you to them where you can.
Take some time off that morning.
Mhm.
And celebrate 'em.
Yes, celebrate them. Find out who your
Yeah.
veterans are in
Yeah.
that organization too.
That's right.
Recognize
Yes.
them.
The veterans.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't have to be just one day. We should continue to do it.
And continue to
It
do it.
can.
Yeah. That's why I say when it's just that one day a year, it's
Mhm.
overwhelming because there's so many. If I'm part of, different groups that are doing it on the same day, well, now I got to
Yeah.
pick.
Right.
Just celebrate them throughout the year.
Pay it forward every day. I mean,
Every day. Yes.
There ain't nothing wrong with buying them a meal.
Mm. No.
Celebrating, buying them a meal. If they can't go eat, give them a gift card where they can go eat.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
on their time. Everything can be done on different people's timing.
Yeah.
But a gift card is always welcome.
Mhm.
Always welcome.
Yep. I'll never turn down the gift card.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we'll wrap it up. What do we
Uh-huh.
got next week? We are going to be talking about what we are thankful for.
Yes.
Mm.
Just
Yes.
so grateful.
So much I'm thankful
And
for.
every time I get up in the morning, I can walk. Oh, thank you. You know, that's
Thank
a
you.
lot, right?
Thank you that my
'Cause
back's
people can't even
hurting.
feel the pain. So I'm grateful for that. But I tell you, that's
Yes.
thankful that we're together, that we met each other.
Yes,
I'm
I
looking
know
forward to
it.
that.
Forever in my heart. Thank you. Yes. Uh-huh.
So,
So we miss Fetihya today.
so
everything
she'll be
is
back
going
with us
well.
next week.
Yes, she'll be
Mhm.
back with us next week.
She's taking care of business.
Yes.
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 Uh-huh.
Yes. But again, so we'll see you guys next week. Again,
Mhm.
thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
We'll see ya.
See ya. Great conversation, ladies, once
That was
again.
all amazing.
Hello, colorful voices of Sisterhood fans. We got some exciting news today. We are proud to announce our new partnership with Vegas Plus, Colorful Voices of Sisterhood, to be aired on all of the platforms of Vegas Plus, primarily on the Vegas Live TV and Phil Am TV network. What this means is Colorful Voices of Sisterhood will be aired 7 times weekly on the linear channels, including but not limited to Roku, Amazon Fire TV, KGNG 26.8 Las Vegas, WCETV, Vegas Live TV.us, and now, more importantly, on the Vegas Plus Live channel platform in Ample Theater.
Cheers to us.
Yes.
Cheers.
Yes.
Many more to
Anymore. Yes.
New network, new friendship.
Thanks to them, we did it.
At La'Moore Media Versatility, we aim to provide comprehensive solutions to our clients. We have a team of experienced professionals who can help you with every aspect of your media needs. From documentation and marketing to promotion and more, we provide our clients with top-notch quality services. We understand that each client is unique and has specific needs. That's why our team works closely with you to understand your company and event goals and objectives. We are committed to providing the highest quality services in media and strive to exceed our clients' expectations. Our team is passionate about helping you reach your goals and making sure you get the best experience and results. If you're looking for a reliable business to help you with all your media needs, look no further than La'Moore Media Versatility. Contact us today to get started at 252-497-3817 or at www.lamore-photos.com.